believe that church leaders and good biblical counselors should talk. I think we can benefit from learning from one another, talking about philosophy of counseling. People who are trained in counseling, good biblical counseling I'm talking about, they've had some training I haven't had. Oh, I've had some classes in counseling, but they know some things that I should hear. They know cautions that I should be aware of. I have a lot to learn from them. And I think likewise, people who are counselors have things to learn from church leaders too. So I'd say talking is one of those. Providing resource for each other. Here at the European Leadership Forum this year, I am teaching 2 sessions with various types of counselors, pastoral counselors, professional counselors. I took my notes for those sessions and sent them to one of our counselors, one of our professional counselors who has a doctorate in psychology. I gave him my notes and said, what would you add to this? Where am I missing something? And he sent me notes back saying, be sure to emphasize this, or this is great. I'm gonna take that. But I needed to hear his voice. And I invited him into the conversation, not as with me being the expert, but recognizing my need to hear from him. So I think those kinds of things. Further, in our church, every year we do some kind of seminar on some area of, well, mental health or spiritual disciplines. It varies from year to year. And I routinely invite those who are trained in some kind of Christian counseling, biblical counseling, they're involved in our church, to be a part of those seminars, either in teaching some of the main sessions or breakout sessions. So we do seminars, for example, on dealing with anger. What's behind this? What does this say about our heart? Well, they have skills to bring to that discussion. Dealing with depression, we've done a seminar on this. Christian parenting, Christian discipline of your children. We invited them in to talk about family counseling and family help in raising kids. A lot of topics where there's an intersection between good biblical counseling and my life as a church leader. So we need each other, and I invite them in. Sometimes they invite me into their life too when there's an area that they need to talk to a pastor about. So there's a relationship that goes back and forth. And then I would add as well, sometimes those kinds of counselors can help us with some specialized ministry. In our church, we do a ministry, it's a well-known ministry in the United States that helps people who are grieving. They've lost a loved one in death. And so people who have life experiences or some training in counseling can maybe be a voice in how we can best care for people in those specialized areas of need. I think church leaders and good biblical counselors need one another.